Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997 back with another figure review, and this time it's my Star Wars The Clone Wars Cad Bane. Now, this is my first ever Star Wars figure review. Not to say I don't have Star Wars figures, this is just my first review of one. Now, I haven't really been invested too much lately in the Star Wars series. So you may ask yourself, why I'm picking up this guy? Well, as we all know, Star Wars The Clone Wars is a current running television series on Cartoon Network. And I watch it occasionally. I'm not a huge fan, but I do catch up on it once in a while. And once watching it, I caught this character called Cad Bane, this guy. And I fell in love with this guy. He's a bounty hunter with obvious Western influences. I mean, you can just tell with the two pistols and the long hat. This guy is screaming Western villain. And I fell in love with the character. I've seen every episode he's been on so far. And he's supposed to be a huge part of Season 2. Found this guy in stores and had to pick him up. So, he comes with his hat, his rifle, and his blasters. Get a quick look at the guy in the package. On the back, Cad Bane's card says, Cad Bane is hired by Darth Sidious to break into the Jedi Temple and steal a holocron containing the secret names of future Jedi. The resourceful and cunning bounty hunter carefully puts his plan in place using schematics of the temple, a techno-service droid, and an unscrupulous shapeshifter. Down there, the rest of the figures. Here you can see him right there. So, this looks like a great figure. Let's pull this bad boy out of the packaging. And here Cad Bane is out of the packaging. I have him holding one of his blasters and his rifle. Now, according to the back of the box, there should be a place to hold the rifle on his back. I was thinking maybe a push pin, or, a little push peg, or something along those lines, but there's nothing. So, you can only have the rifle in his hand, and this is really the only pose it looks good in. Now, one more thing that I noticed immediately after taking out a package. Yes, I know, everyone thinks I'm too rough on figures, but this fell off almost immediately. Now, it's not a very big deal seeing as it's just a peg and it pops right back in and stays pretty solidly once it's there. If you're going to be bending the arm around, it is going to pop back out, but still, not a huge issue. Hat pops on and off easily enough. Stays very nicely on his head, I think. I thought for a figure this scale the hat would fall off, but it doesn't. Of course, you see it in the holster, his little laser pistol there. They're a little irritating to get in and out of his holster, but nothing too major. You can see there's a little brown detailing on the handle, some on the stock of the rifle as well. Okay, so his articulation has very free-moving arms, kind of hindered in going forward from his little jacket detailing. Bends at the elbow very slightly. Of course, on this one, you have to watch it because the arm will pop off. And his legs go back and forth. Of course, I'll get a quick 360 of him. So overall, Cad Bane's a nice figure. It's my first Clone Wars figure. It's my first newer Star Wars figure in a while. I'm usually just kind of a Boba Fett guy. But this guy's nice. Things I think that could have been a little bit better. His arm obviously needs to be affixed a little bit better, but that could just be mine. I would have liked to seen his rifle have a peg. When you pull his laser pistols out, or whatever these little pistols are, they're rubber banded into his hands. If you don't want them in his holsters, and you don't want him holding his rifle, I would leave those rubber bands on, because you can get the pistols back into his hands, but they stay a little bit better with the rubber bands on them. So, Cad Bane's a solid figure. Star Wars line is definitely a pretty solid one. A lot of nice detail on this guy to be so small. Let's just get a quick look at all that. Zoom in. Yeah, so some really nice detail. Overall, I'd go a solid 8 out of 10 on this guy. Very nice figure. If you're a Cad Bane fan, I definitely recommend picking him up. And without further ado, this is JTrain997 saying I'll see you soon, YouTube.